The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an absolutely amazing day. I'm excited to connect with you for lots of reasons today. And one of them, this is actually the final call before my birthday this month. So this is my birthday month, April 27th, and I'm excited to be connecting with you. Whenever it's right around my birthday, I do a lot of time thinking and reflecting, thinking about this past year, what has moved forward that matters to me, that's important to me. What can I celebrate? Really remembering to pause and celebrate. It's so easy to push forward and move on to the next thing, forgetting to really pause, breathe in, and really look at what there is in our lives that we can celebrate. And one of the things I celebrate is the opportunity to connect with all of you. It is such a privilege and an honor to be connected around the world and to be able to celebrate with you, to bring amazing experts that I get to learn from and share with you and bring forward and echo out to the world. And you, listeners, are a key part of that we are seeking to walk beside and celebrate and bring forward those things that are going to help you be equipped and empowered to live on purpose and with purpose. And as I sink into that and I look at celebrating, one of the things I'm celebrating is the growth of this show. We've had the opportunity to syndicate on several different channels, several different networks as we are reaching the world. And you each are an important and valued part of that. We've expanded our reach in Sweden, in the United Kingdom, in China, in Thailand, in India. And it's so exciting to see those numbers growing. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, to see that we are getting to touch lives around the world. And in turn, you are touching and enriching our lives. So I celebrate that connection. I thank you for being part of the journey. And I'm excited about what this next year will bring as we continue our journey together. I have a good friend of mine, and she calls a celebration as a birthday moment. And she finds times every day to celebrate her birthday, every day. And she calls that a birthday moment, and she loves to echo it out into the world. And the way she'll do that is she'll take the month and the date. So for those of you who are April babies, if you're April today, let's say April 25th, then at 4:25 p.m. or a.m. or both, if you really want to go full throttle on this, you take a moment to pause and celebrate something about yourself or something that has happened that you want to make sure you're acknowledging. And guess what? You can do that every single day. I want to give a shout out to Irma Vargas. That is her brilliant way of being in the world, is carving out those birthday moments every day. But I want to take a moment and look at, what are you doing that is helping you connect, that is helping you thrive as you're going out into the world? Are you carving out time every day to acknowledge something, to celebrate something that you're doing? Are you making sure to check in and see, are you moving forward on those things that are most important to you? Because I believe connection starts within. We need to deeply connect with ourselves as we're going out in the world, seeking to connect with others. So connecting in and remembering what matters to you. And are you doing things and being every day in your life in a way that's deeply connected to what matters to you? And I think that is a key to thriving. Not just surviving, but thriving, living in a way that you are shining, that you are becoming more and more of who you want to be and what you want to do and accomplish. And another celebration I'd love to bring to the table here as we're talking and connecting heart to heart, and that is we launched a TV network, and that launched on March 1st, so we're almost 2 months old. It's RHG TV Network, and that was a dream that started a year ago. So it's something as I look back and I'm looking forward, I'm really appreciating the programming and the shows and seeing a seed plant, a dream planted, and seeing it come to be, to become alive. And it's really something we are seeking to serve you all on a very high level. So if any of you want to celebrate with us, you want to check that out, you can go to my initials, rhgtvnetwork.com, and you'll see amazing shows and programming designed to bring positive, transformational programming to the world. So that's a celebration. And then, guess what that created? As we were launching it, we had another seed or dream get planted into our heart as an organization. And it was one of those things a while back, yeah, I'd like to do that someday. And a dangerous thing about some days is it can always be someday I'll do that, someday I'll get to that, someday I'll bring that forward. But as we're doing that, days are passing by, years are passing by. And I think it's really important that we remember to sink in and see, how can I bring that someday, some of that someday I want to our lives today. And I think that's really important. And that's one of the opportunities we had in the launching of this network. I'd had on my heart for a lot of years doing a magazine. Yeah, I'll do that someday. I'll bring that forward someday. Well, it all came together and grew actually very quickly, bringing together a magazine, and it's called RHG TV Guide. We published our first issue. I'm actually going to send it out to our list this week or next week. They'll get the first copy that talks about our television network and how to interact with it, and a little bit about each of our hosts and the programming, etc. And then that led this guide to actual publication. So we're turning the guide into an official magazine by our July issue, and hopefully at the latest by our October issue, so definitely within the year, that will have a worldwide distribution. We've brought aboard 10 different writers that have felt that same calling in the heart to lean in and join. So I just want to share that celebration. That's coming forward. Stay tuned. I'll give you updates as it comes to being and turns into and evolves into an official magazine that we're very excited to bring to the world and share with all of you. But here's something I've discovered about these dreams, about these seeds that are planted into our heart. If we keep them a secret, it's hard for them to come forward. It's important that we connect with others, that we believe in those dreams and those seeds and those things that are being planted in our heart enough that we are willing to actually lead them. We're willing to bring them forward and lead wherever it is called to go. Sometimes we sit back kind of waiting for somebody else to do that. I wish someone would do it this way or bring that forward, or I'm looking for this kind of a group to connect with. I'm looking for that out in the world. And what I've discovered is a lot of times, if you're not seeing it out there, that's because you're actually called to bring it forward. And when you send that vibration out, when you lean into what it is that you're wanting to bring forward, when you're willing to connect with others, there is a response, and they lean in and come together, and you can bring forward things much more quickly than you would have ever imagined. But it takes being purposeful. It takes leaning in, being willing to connect to what matters to you, the dreams that are being placed on your heart, and a willingness to go where you haven't gone before, to create something that you are uniquely designed to bring forward and lead, and a willingness to do that, to share whatever it is that you have laid on your heart to bring forward, and remembering to celebrate it. I think these are keys to staying connected powerfully and thriving in amazing ways. Today, we're going to be exploring those perspectives in a deeper and deeper way. We have two amazing experts who are going to talk about balancing your life, really staying connected and thriving no matter what, even when there are challenges, and how to connect on a heart-to-heart level, how to connect in a business way, and how to connect with what we are looking to bring forward so that we can thrive in life. So let's take a breath together. Wonderful. Very excited to be exploring these things with you today. And I want to take a moment for us to just sink in heart to heart and think about taking a moment to just sink in and listen for a moment and see what's being placed on your heart. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe, both hands on the wheels, eyes open and alert. Those of you who are able to, go ahead and feel the chair supporting you. Take a deep breath. Wonderful. Eyes closed. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head. Another deep breath. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Just really deep belly breaths, bringing us very present. You're absolutely safe. And in this space, what is it that you need today? What is it that will encourage you, empower you, equip you to connect deeply with yourself and others and thrive? And in fact, what does thriving look like and feel like? What is that for you? And what is it that you need that will support you in thriving powerfully in your life? Let's just take a moment and listen in. What is it that you need today that will encourage, equip, and empower you? That you are willing to receive, you're willing to lean in and say yes to. What is it that you need? Just take a breath and see what it is that is laid upon your heart. Receive that information. Go ahead and open up your eyes, becoming fully present. And I invite you to write down whatever it was that was laid upon your heart that you need, that will encourage you, that will empower you, and that you are willing to receive, because you always have choice. When we can keep it top of mind and we know exactly what we're looking for, it's a lot easier to recognize it. It's a lot easier to lean in and say yes to that as those opportunities present themselves. So keep it top of mind today. Be looking for whatever it is that you need today with anticipation and excitement that you are willing to lean in and receive. Beautiful. Let's take another breath together. Wonderful. And I'm going to go ahead and go around our virtual room here just to see what has been laid upon our experts' hearts that are joining us. I shared in the beginning some of what was laid on my heart to share with you today, that connection and celebration were laid so heavily and powerfully and deeply on my heart today. I'd like to lean in and see Brandy. Did you have something laid upon your heart that you want to share with us today?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Rebecca. What came up for me was to be open, to stay open to the opportunities that come my way, and to recognize that that's for me. You know, everything that comes my way is not for me, but to be open to the ones that are just for Brandy.
I love that. Beautiful. Recognizing, being open, and leaning in that openness. Beautiful. Thank you. Tracie, how about you? Did you have something laid upon your heart?
Well, hello, everyone, and happy birthday, Rebecca.
Thank you.
And I want to sing a short happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear fabulous Rebecca. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you. I feel very celebrated.
And celebrate you. I love birthdays, and I'm all about birthday months, and I want to just be succinct here in regards to your question. And, along the lines, even with what Brandy said, really, I love giving. I love being out and about connecting, but it's also really, and ties into what you said, Rebecca, about really taking that time to be quiet and go within and receive all the goodness that people are sending my way too, right? And to really feel that love, because I know it sure feels good. It feels fabulous to send it out. And so it's equally important, that balance, right, to receive it and to honor and I think take care of me so that I can be more and show up more to be an inspiration for others, and that's what I love to do, is be an inspiration for others. And so how can I do that? By taking care of me first, right? And making sure that I'm getting rest and eating but receiving the goodness from and being open to receiving.
Yes.
That's so huge.
I love that receiving part. I think we're so good at giving and supporting others, and sometimes it's not as natural, or we don't necessarily lean into the first thing of being willing to receive. And so I think that's a really, really important reminder that we are willing to receive as well and have that balance in your life. Beautiful share. Thank you. Wonderful.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honored to be here.
Excited to have you. And listeners, we are getting ready for our first commercial break, and here's how to get the most out of this time. These commercial breaks are actually 2 minutes in disguise just for you. This is an opportunity for you to stay fully present, to really process what's being laid on your heart, to receive it on a cellular level, so that as we go throughout our time together, throughout the show together, you're processing these things, you're receiving information real time, so that you are equipped and empowered as you go back out into the world. So I invite you to stay present, really use these 2 minutes to go in deep and see what is it that you need today. One breath at a time, and are willing to receive. And we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here. Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
For women, the pressure to achieve is stronger, the work hours longer, and the struggle for respect and authority more complex than ever. You want guidance on how to succeed, and you are not alone. You're invited to take your coffee break with Game Changers on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern for our special series, Game Changing Women. Powerful women leaders will help you make sense of it all, analyze how you can change the game, and share their playbooks. Game Changing Women, presented by SAP on the Business Channel.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that 2-minute break just for you, that you took the opportunity to breathe, pause, check in, and really receive what's being laid upon your heart. You're going to have opportunities throughout the show to do that, and so I invite you to build that muscle of being still and listening and receiving. It will help you connect powerfully and live on purpose and with purpose. So I invite you to do that throughout the show. Well, I promised we would tap into amazing experts to really help us in exploring connection and thriving. And I'm adding celebration to the day because it's my birthday week. What are they going to do, right? I want to bring celebration into all that we're doing and bringing forward today. And you got to hear a little bit of Brandy's heart in our opening segment as she shared about being open. And I wanted to give you a little bit more of her formal background so you know who we're talking to and a little bit more of her heart. Brandy Jones, or it's Brandy T Jones, I was adding that in, Brandy T Jones, is a lifelong entrepreneur and educator, a talk radio show host on Voice America, in fact, with Journey to Balancing Your Life. She is the CEO of END, and that's E-N-D, End the Red, with a mission to empower others around finances and in their life, and has a real heart for supporting younger generations to have a really healthy and empowered relationship around money. She's absolutely, and I don't want to miss this, she's an international best-selling author and is passionate about helping others not only have a healthy, powerful, and balanced relationship with money, coming in it from an empowered place, but she also wants people to remember to have a rich and balanced life. So please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Brandy T Jones to the show. Welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca. Can you do that again tomorrow on my show? It was wonderful. You know, I'm excited to be on this show with you today and with Tracie. And I have to say this really quickly. I love a new way of celebrating on a daily basis. So thank you so very much for sharing what Irma had given you to share, and I just love it. So starting tomorrow, that's going to be my celebration time. So I love it, so thank you.
You are welcome. And I want to share on that. She was on a radio show. So for those of you who want to look up Irma Vargas in any of our past shows, when she taught us that, and since that day, and it's been over a year now, I've actually programmed in my phone 427. And I was doing AM and PM, and I found that a little rough, the AM part and the PM. So now I do the PM, 4:27 PM. And every day I have an alarm set to make sure that I carve that time out. And it has really kept me moving in a positive direction and a wonderful way to bring celebration in my life. So I'm excited to pass that legacy on to you, too.
My time will be 2:10. Every day, 2:10, I would celebrate. Right. I love it. I love it.
Oh, I love it. And I would do PM. It might be hard to do AM as well.
No, I'm going to do just one. Pick whichever comes up first.
You got to have that sleep, too. Yes. It's important. Well, I love it. I love it. Well, I'd love for you to share a little bit about why you care so much about helping people around finances and balancing their life. Why are those things personally so important to you?
You know, Rebecca, for me, it started years and years ago. As a child, I always had money around. I was a saver. I would save everything, and I loved my collection of piggy banks. Mm-hmm. But as time grows, and as we do, we grow up and we become more responsible, things change. And going through divorce and raising my daughter alone, I had to regroup. I had gotten financially in debt myself. I mean, in debt, where I had more month than money, and the collectors were not my friends, and even the telephone became an enemy. I would not want to answer my phone, wouldn't answer my door, wouldn't check my mail, any of that, because I was in fear of not being able to pay it or knowing what to say at the time that they asked me those questions. So bringing myself around and realizing I had to ask for help, and doing so, I sought help, and I was getting ready to get on the other side of that. I didn't know what it felt like, but I was willing to go through those trenches to get to the other side of being unbalanced. And being off balance was not a very pleasant place to be. But once I got to the point of knowing how to come around and do better, everything cleared up. My mind cleared up. I knew how to match things up. And my month and my money started balancing, where I would eventually have more money than I did month. And then I could celebrate. I could play. I could have fun. So when you live in a balanced world, in a balanced way, in your home, around your finances, then you can go out into the world and smile and be real. Not hide behind that smile, hoping no one else knows the real secret of the struggling. So I really, that's how the balance works for me.
No, I so appreciate you sharing that. And I could feel as you were sharing how different it felt to come from being out of balance into balance. And there are many people that are living in fear of the phone and the mail. And I think those are really real things that many struggle with, because we're not taught how to interact with money. We're not taught how to do those things. There's a real need, and then sometimes shame can follow. Do you mind sharing, was there something that created that switch for you? Was there a step that you took? Was there a pivotal moment that happened for you that created this, I'm wanting to be in this in a different way? And then perhaps a tip that you can give us around that.
Well, you know, again, very dear to my heart, of course, is my daughter. And her and I, we always had a motto that it was me and her against the world. But in raising her, being a single mom, there was times when I couldn't always give her the things that she wanted, because all her friends had different things. But she also understood from a very early age that we had what we had, and it was tight. But, you know, one thing I always did for her was celebrate when she did well. She was a very good girl. I knew that some of the burdens that I had went down to her, and I had to appreciate the fact that she was still there and she was my rock. So my way of appreciating my daughter was to take her out to her celebration place. And one of the places was, we loved to eat out, but we could only afford this one place, and that was McDonald's, which luckily for me was her favorite place. So we always had fun. But she had come home one day, and she was so elated with good grades, and she was a very good student. So I took her out, and in taking her out to eat, she ordered everything on the meal that she wanted was in a large size. So that was the hamburgers, which was a Big Mac at the time at McDonald's, and a large Coke and large fries. And all that was good. I felt good toward my daughter. In the process of that, when it was time to pay for it, all I had available to pay for this big meal, which was $4.95, was a $5 bill. That's all I had. So that meant my daughter would eat and I wouldn't. And watching my daughter celebrating and eating and having a good time, and she asking me, Mama, you didn't get anything to eat. And I'm telling her a little white story that Mama wasn't hungry. And deep down inside, it hurt because I was hungry too, but I couldn't eat with my daughter. I couldn't celebrate at that moment with my daughter. And that was the time that I knew things had to change. That was the time I knew that I wanted to raise my daughter in a way where she would be able to understand money. She wouldn't have to go through everything that we're going through then, her and I. There was a difference. There had to be something different. There had to be a different way. So that's when I sought out and I asked. And I went to my creditors first. Those were the people that was hounding me to ask for help and to tell them what I could do, and they let me do it, and that was my bond. And from that point on, what I say I'm going to do it. And I could only pay them dollars on top of the bills that I had, just dollars, not the whole payment. But they accepted that, and that helped me get out of the financial bind into the abundance of knowing how to do just by asking, and the help is out there.
Thank you, Brandy, for sharing that tender,
you're welcome.
Pivotal moment. I believe there are listeners today that's exactly what they needed to know and hear, and to have someone connect with them in that place and give them hope that it can shift, it can change. And some of that means leaning in, being willing to get help, being willing to have those conversations. And I know that you have created a gift to support our listeners today, particularly those that are struggling in this area. And I would love for you to share a little bit about that gift, and I will let our guests know, listeners who I consider our guests as well, I will let them know how to access this gift. But I'd love for you to share a little bit about it.
What I'm offering as a free gift is my ebook, and it's free. It's 3 keys to breaking the debt cycle. It's only the beginning. It tells you step by step how to do the 3 steps that's necessary in order to be able to come on the other side of that. And the 3 steps is, first you have to know how much you have, what's coming into the house, what's going out of the house. And then you need to learn to put money aside. And in there, it gives you my story of the $5. So that's what I'm offering today, the 3 keys to breaking the debt cycle, one step at a time.
Thank you. Brandy, thank you for joining us today. I know we're going to talk again a little bit at the end of the show, but I want to thank you for this beautiful gift that you're making available for your heart to serve and the work that you're bringing to the world. So thank you for being you and making this generous gift available.
And thank you, and I appreciate being here.
We so value you being here. And listeners, we're getting ready to go to our next commercial break. So please take these 2 minutes just for you to really think about where you are in your relationship with money. Is it in balance? Is that something you want to move forward in a more balanced way? So just kind of think about that process, see what's being laid on your heart. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about connection. So we'll look forward to talking with you in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life. Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reish. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel. Do you find yourself working tirelessly to keep your business going? Are you finding out that you don't have time for family, friends, any kind of personal life whatsoever? It's time to stop feeling trapped by your business. Tune in to Reclaim Your Freedom with host Shirley Dalton. You'll hear from guests that will help you work on your business instead of constantly in your business and get your life back while the business keeps running and humming. Reclaim Your Freedom airs live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Pacific Time on Voice America Business.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes and you took a moment to really lean in and explore your balance, your connection with money, and not with judgment or criticism, but just kind of feeling in and awareness. Are you connected, and is it in a balanced way, or is there a shift that you're wanting to have or bring forward in that? Because awareness is where a lot of that starts. And then you can lean in and get the support. We'll let you know how to access her amazing gift, the amazing gift that Brandy's making available to us at the end of the show. So you want to make sure to stay tuned. But this next segment, we're going to be talking with an expert on networking and connecting with others inside and out in a really powerful way. So let's lean into the conversation and let me share just a little bit of Tracie's background. So Tracie Hasse is a networking expert in person and online. She's known as the ambassador of quality connection and strategic alliances, so quality connection and strategic alliances. She is the founder of Tracie Hasse International and author of Go Big and underlined, Stay Home, Connect, Refer, and Create Your Road to Riches. She is absolutely passionate about building relationship connections with people and growing your business. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Tracie Hasse to the show. Welcome.
Woohoo! Thank you, Rebecca.
You're welcome. We're celebrating.
Every day is a celebration, right?
Yes, exactly. Well, very excited to have you joining us and leaning into the conversation. And I love to start with why. Why is the work that you do as an ambassador of quality connection and strategic alliances, why is that work personally so important to you?
Rebecca, thank you. I just love this question because I thrive. My fuel for my life are connections, my relationships, and connecting people together. That is just what makes makes my heart just go pitter-patter. And really the magic in connecting people, really connecting with an open heart to really seek and cultivate win-win-win partnerships and forge strategic alliances in business that really serve, support, and benefit everyone doing business together, living life together, right? Because sometimes we may feel alone, but we're not alone.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that, because we can feel alone even in a crowd, and to remember we're not.
And I have.
Yeah. Yeah. And that reminder, and then looking to make the connections that we can actually lead that is a powerful, powerful reminder. Beautiful.
Yes.
Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. And I know I mentioned your book in the opening introduction about you. And I'd love to ask, you're welcome. I'd love to ask why. Why is one of my favorite questions. So why and what led you to writing this book and naming it what you named it? I know you underlined "and," so go big and stay home. Why did you call it that? And what led you to writing the book?
Oh, and that's a loaded question, okay? Here's the funny thing, Rebecca. I did not set out to write a book. Through my networking and being open to possibilities, I met a literary agent and leverage expert, Ariella Wilcox, about 2 years ago at a networking event. And I was curious. I was like, oh my God, I'm like the networking super connector, and I've never met somebody like that does what she does. So we connected briefly, exchanged numbers, and I followed up and gave her a call. Well, turns out I had just recently become an entrepreneur. I had been in corporate America my 23 years, and I was looking for a way to really stand out and to showcase my expertise. So bottom line, had a consult with her. At the end of the consult, she said, "Tracie, are you ready to write your first book?" And I giggled because Reed, my fiance, he always said, "You should write a book. You should write a book." I said, "I don't even know where to start." So anybody out there looking to write a book, and you have a book in you, we all do, right? If there's a will, there's a way, and somehow it's going to come out, and there are resources to help you do that. So I said yes. I said yes, because in that moment, I just felt this is what I should do next. And it really was the intention to help people, and the title, Go Big and Stay Home. And if you see my book cover, the home has a heart in it. It's not about staying home at your house. This is about following your heart, going big, understanding what that is for you. Like you said in the beginning, it's like celebrating your birthday and connecting and looking at where you are today and where you've been and where you want to go. And are you going to keep those dreams a secret? Are you going to keep yourself a secret? Because everybody's got a story to tell, and something that is going to empower and inspire others along the way, that maybe they feel like they're the only one in that situation where that's not the truth, right? And so Go Big and Stay Home is really follow your heart. And do that through connecting, referring, and creating your road to riches, no matter what that is for you. And it's different for everyone, right? And knowing that there are so many resources, and I've got a plethora of resources and stories of people that have done just this because they made a decision, right? Everything starts with a decision. Am I going to just do this, or am I going to sit on the sidelines and think about it?
Just a moment. I want to give them an opportunity to process. You shared so much amazing information. I want to make sure our listeners get a moment to just pause and breathe that in and really think about what she's sharing about making that decision. And she didn't know the how to do the book, but she leaned into saying yes. She felt that pull at her heart. Here's the opportunity. And she said yes. And then you figured it out. You got the support and you moved forward. And I love how you're talking about, staying at home in a sense in who you are and what your dreams are, and to be willing to bring those forward. But it starts with that choice, with that decision. And so listeners, I want you to just feel into that a little bit. Do you have something pulling at your heart? And when we opened the show, we were looking at what you needed, and were there some opportunities, some doors perhaps you're looking to have opened? And are you staying in fear with the I don't know how, or are you willing to lean into answering the question, yes, and I'll figure out the how? Because I think that's what it takes, and I celebrate that you've done that and are doing that in your life. Beautiful.
Thank you. Well, and the reason for the title, I had just come out of the loss of my parents. Reed's father had passed. We'd been caretaking him for years. My brother was tragically killed a number of years ago, but I had all this grief and sadness and hopelessness, Rebecca. I was very distraught, and I was just coming out of all of that. And, you know, I just felt like that I was going to feel this way forever in life. You know, when you're in that, you just feel like it's never going to go away, right?
Yeah.
And so I had to remind my own self, and this too shall pass. And I know there's a miracle on the other side of feeling and experiencing all of that emotion, right?
Yeah.
And so it really was, I wanted to make my life count for something, and I was looking for a way through my story to really be vulnerable, because I had to be vulnerable and really put myself out there, but also to inspire and empower others that it's okay to be in whatever state you're in, but also be acceptant of that, and then be open to receiving the coaching, the mentoring, the guidance, because I feel like when I looked up and I was like, okay, I'm not giving up. I'm open to whatever that thing is. I don't even know what it is. I didn't know I was going to meet Ariella. You know, I didn't know I was going to be writing a book, but I was open to possibilities, and I said yes, and I was scared. But I did it, you know, and so that's part. It's like a roller coaster ride. The thrills of the ups and the downs and the downs of like going up, and then you're going down. You're like, holy smokes, what did I get myself into?
Well, thank you for sharing, and especially in such a tender time, you know, that you were still willing to lean in and to receive help and support. And it ties in so beautifully to what Brandy was sharing before as well. It's not a solo journey, that we all need support and encouragement and tools and resources and people to believe in us and to encourage us on their way. And I want to invite all of you to be willing to receive that into your heart, build that into your life, and have them celebrate with you too. Each step, not just at the end of the journey, but every step along the way is worthy of celebration every day. And our time goes so quickly, Tracie, and I know that you've put together an amazing gift. So I wanted to give you an opportunity to share a little bit about that for our listeners today, and then I'll let them know how to get it.
Okay, all right. Well, and thank you again, Rebecca. Yeah, it's like a blink and we're at the close here. So as a networking super connector, everyone, my gift today to all of you listeners is my 2017 networking action list, so that you really can get started today and be empowered and thrive now, starting today. Make that decision that you're going to do this today. And this is composed of my ideas for literally thriving in networking. It's assembled. It's an assembly of my years, literally my life of networking. And they're terrific. You're going to love them, and you're going to have a lot of fun with it. And most importantly, have a lot of fun. Just sometimes those little tweaks can make the biggest difference. So take a look and enjoy, and let me know if I can help you with anything. I'm here for you as a resource.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your heart with us and these amazing tips. Sometimes if we can just have a guide and a checklist, and I love how you're letting them know that it's fun. They can have fun in it, because sometimes people think those are mutually exclusive, so that you can actually have fun and bring your heart into it. We're going to our next commercial break. I encourage you to take a moment and just process what's being laid up on your heart. And when we come back, I will let you know how to access Tracie and Brandy's amazing gift. We look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
We're making it easier to listen to the Voice America Talk Radio Network wherever you go. In addition to listening live, you can check out information about your favorite talk show hosts, discover new talk show personalities, add shows to your list of favorites, and listen to all our show archives on demand. All from your iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android. Download it from the Apple App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market, and get ready to tune in. The Voice America mobile app, powered by Aircast.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you've been enjoying the conversation, and I'm hearing some great consistent themes about remembering to pause and look at those things that matter most to you, and a willingness to lean into help and support on the journey. So I hope as you have felt into looking at your relationship with money and feeling where that is and looking at where you are and moving forward, the things that matter to you, that you are feeling a quickening of your heart, a quickening of your spirit to lean in to saying yes to those things that matter most to you, including the support to get there. It is not a solo journey. We are here with you, as well as many people around you, reaching out our hands, wanting to encourage you and to support you on your journey. Be willing to receive that support. Be willing to be open to the possibilities, not hiding behind the how and trying to figure it out all on your own, but open to leaning into saying yes to those things that are calling you forward, and then getting support on the how. Let's breathe that in. Wonderful. Now, I've been promising at the close of each segment that I would let you know how to get these amazing gifts that are being made available to you. So the gift from Brandy T Jones and the gift from Tracie Hasse, here's the place that you can find them. You go to Radio Gifts, and that's plural.net. So it's Radio Gifts with an S. .net. You enter your name and email address so we can stay in touch, and then you scroll down to today's date, which is April 25th. And you'll see Brandy's picture and Tracie's picture, and you can click on their beautiful gifts, enter in your name and email address again so they can send it to you and stay in touch as well. We want you to have those tools to walk beside you, the support on the journey. I want you to have the same access to experts like I do. so that as you go back out into the world, you're able to do it in a connected and thriving way, that you feel equipped and empowered as you go back out into the world. But sometimes that takes processing and leaning in and listening and being willing to receive. I invite you to explore that page, radiogifts.net. You'll see a library of resources to encourage and support you on your journey. Feel free to say yes to as many of those items and resources that will support you. They are there for you. And as you go back out into the world, I want you to remember you are an amazing gift. You're absolutely needed in the world. And in fact, I believe you were made for such a time as this. Be willing to share the gift of you. Be willing to connect. And wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always bloom where you are planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone, and we'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.